Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. Hi, I am spiritual medium Kellee White, and welcome to Ask Me Anything. And today is March 24th, 2022. And let me say hello to some people. Hi, Kathleen from wet and soggy Maine. You know, we've been having wet and soggy here too. And Dawn told me that it snowed today. That's right. Hi, Kim Ann. Happy spring to you. Oh my gosh. Hey, Leilani. That's a great name. I always love that name. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Renee Martinez. Hi, Arcely. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Karen. Hi, Steve. Oh my gosh. Hi, Jane Grossman. My gosh. Hi, Trudy. Hi, Tippy. We love you in blue. Thank you. It's kind of chilly here, so I'm like, well, I'm still going to go with a sweater. Hi, Lori Counts. Good to see you, honey. Hi, Susie. Hi, Carlene. So I could keep going high and high. Looking forward to this day. Thank you, Laura. Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. Hi, Patrick. Thank you for looking forward to the show. I so appreciate that. So a few things I want to talk about before I even get into the astrology, and then I'm going to get into some questions, and then we're going to do some mini readings here. So I've got a full hour planned here. So first thing I want to say is somehow I was scammed on something. So if somebody on I don't know if it was on Instagram, Facebook, I'm not really sure. But if somebody asks you for money from me, it's not me. It's not me. Okay. The only thing I charge for are readings. And if somebody, wants a session with me, or if I'm teaching a class. So if somebody arbitrarily sends you a thing and says, oh, I can do a reading for you and I'm Kellee White, and they spell my name wrong, or it's nothing that I would ever do, like ever. Okay. There's no fee for this, and don't ever do that. And if you find anything like that, please send me an email. And I think my email is info@kelleewhite.com. Okay, so I just want to say that. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sharon from South Africa. Wow, I was actually in South Africa once in 1979. It was amazing. What an amazing place that is. Wow. But anyway, so watch the scammers if there's any scammers out there. Second thing I wanted to talk about, which I thought was pretty interesting, and I think this applies to everybody, is one of my dearest friends in the world told me yesterday. We were talking on the phone, and her mother had died in January of 2020. And when her mother passed away, she hadn't had a visit from her. And so a couple of days ago, she had a visit from her mother. So her mother's been gone for over 2 years. And she had a visit in her dream from her mother. And in the dream, the mother was trying to talk to her on the phone and talking to her. But my girlfriend in the dream was so shook up and sobbing so hard that she couldn't get any information from her mother. And she was upset by the dream for 2 days, really upset. The reason I share this with you is often when you lose somebody close to you, you think, oh, I'm going to see them in my dreams. And when you eventually do, because eventually they make that visit, the first time can be a shock, because you know that they've passed and you miss them so much, and it can be really, really devastating on some level. Just know that is normal. And then it's not like you scare them from coming back. They'll come back. It's almost like, the energy is so intense that they kind of have to, I don't know, what's a good analogy for it? Kind of like squeezing a pimple and getting rid of this stuff. And then you have this ability to be a lot more present in the dream with your loved one. Okay. So I just wanted to talk about that because I thought that was it happens to everybody, right? I mean, everybody who's lost somebody, when they come to you, it's often a surprise, but it's a visit. It's always a visit. Okay. And there'll be more visits and more visits. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about some astrology here. Now, today I'm going to do something that I usually don't do, but today I'm going to use the lens. I use a lot of different lenses. When I do astrology, often you'll hear me speak from a Western point of view, a Western astrology, because I live in the West. However, my heart actually and soul belongs with Vedic astrology. That's where I feel the most accurate. It's, to me, the best way for predictions. And I love Vedic astrology. I've known it since I was 20 years old, and I just love it. And it means that the differences in Western astrology, the planets, the big planets, that they don't move. They stay really where they are when you're doing a chart, when you're doing a zodiac chart. But in Vedic astrology, the planets move. So you might think you are a Leo if you're born in the beginning or mid-August, but in fact, you might be a Cancer. So it's different. It's just a little different. Now, the transits are the same. So if you hear me say, Mars and Saturn are squaring, it's the same in Vedic astrology and the same in Western astrology. The difference is the sign that it's in. The sign is different. So I'm going to be talking about an event that comes up here approximately the first week in April, approximately April 4th and 5th. And I'm sharing this with you because it's it's an intense event. So I want to start kind of preparing people. You've heard me talk about this thing called a Kalasarpa Yoga. And Kalasarpa Yoga is when all the planets are on one side of the nodes or the other side. And it means great sadness on the planet. And this one began in December, approximately the 16th of 2021. And it goes until approximately like the 5th or the 6th of April, may even be a little after that, of 2022. But so this week that I'm going to be talking about, this week in April, we already have some intense things already happening now. And on Monday's show, I'll talk about the new moon on April 1st, so there's a new moon on April 1st. But in Vedic astrology, what happens this April is all the planets, except for Pluto and Uranus, they all change signs in Vedic astrology, and not Western astrology, in Vedic astrology. They all change signs. And so change means change for everybody. Lots of change. This is going to be a month. April's going to be a month of a lot of change. A lot of action happens in April. It's unbelievable. It's a lot of actions. And so first I'm going to start with April 2nd. In Vedic astrology, I'm talking about. In Vedic astrology and in Western astrology, the Sun and Mercury conjunct. That means they're together. They're next to each other. And that makes it very powerful time. And so communication is going to go quickly. You're going to see news things. Like in a second, you're going to be seeing on your phone, oh my God, more news, more news, more news. It's kind of like high speed intensity. And it goes around world leaders. It could be around world leaders. It sets us up for a very intense time period, frankly. And then and this can happen before or after, but approximately on April 4th and 5th, on that day, on those 2 days, Mars and Saturn conjunct at 28 degrees of Capricorn. So what does that mean? It's very intense. 28 degrees is the sign of power, intensity, a destined point. It's very intense. And those two, so when I'm talking about on April 4th and 5th, can happen a couple of days before, a few days after, but that conjunction is that day, that March or April 4th and 5th. Now, what happens at that? It's what I call a destiny point. It's a destiny, something happens that's very intense. Mars is the planet of war, and you've heard me say this, okay? And Saturn is the planet of karma, government, justice, authority, and it's a slow planet, where Mars is a fast planet. And those two are opposites. They're opposite planets, opposite energy. They don't like each other. It's intense. And the last time we saw these two together like this was in 1992. In 1992, you may not remember this, but I do because I was there when it happened. I was actually down the street where the riots in Los Angeles had just begun, right at that conjunction. Okay, I actually was there, and it changed my life. I actually was so scared. It traumatized me so much that I moved my family out of California for a period of time. It was so traumatizing to me. That was 1992. And in the next time before that, in 1962, it was the Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is a very intense energy. And the time before that, when these two planets conjunct at 28 degrees of Capricorn, was when Hitler came into power. So this is a very intense, intense time. And it involves extremes. Things will be in extreme. It also aspects at that same time the moon, and the moon has a lot to do with water. So we might see things like, I don't know, a lot of water activity, water problems. It could be tsunami, it could be a lot of rain, it could be, I don't know, a lot of things that could happen. But the world enters what I'm going to call a danger zone during that period of time. It's a very explosive time. I think probably the stock market's going to be very volatile, very, kind of a crazy, really odd, awful thing. But then it comes back again. So then, in fact, everything that I'm saying comes back again. But through April, it's rough. And that particular week, it's just rough. Because again, Mars is aggression and anger. And I'll tell you what it's like. So imagine you're in a car and you're driving as fast as you can. That's Mars. And then Saturn comes in and throws the brakes on it and stops the car. So that's kind of explosive, right? So also it will bring change in leaders. A lot of leaders could change. How, I don't know. But here's the thing about this period of time. You want to find your center. You want to get really grounded. You want to take this most spiritual road of all. When you're hearing what's happening or seeing what's happening and seeing the world in a real chaos state, you want to get really grounded. And I will tell you, it does pass. It does pass. So I want you to remember that it does pass. We all wanted to be here during this time. What's important to note is that if during this week, I'm going to call it April 1st to say April 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, I don't know, about the period of time that's very intense. If you are a hothead or you're in a relationship with a hothead, you want to watch that if you're a hothead. I'm speaking to hotheads out there. If you're a hothead, because Mars rules blood, and people may have heart attacks because their aggression might come out so much. So you really want to watch your health. You want to not pick a fight. You really want to get a hold of your energy during this period of time. If you're easily to get upset, this is a time to unplug. It just will be. It's a very intense time. So I just wanted to get that out with everybody. I wanted everybody to know, we've got some intense times coming up in April. But that first week, great time to meditate, great time to relax, great time to take care of yourself and be in nature. Be a great thing to do, actually. Be a great thing. Anyway, sorry about that. But I wanted to get all of that out for everybody. Okay. So now I'm going to answer some questions. And thanks for the questions, you guys. These were great questions. I so appreciate all the questions that you guys asked me. And I'm going to start with, this is one of my favorites. It was from Pat McCutcheon. Pat asks, how do you keep your bright energy up? Pat, I appreciate that question. I was born with a sunny disposition. I have all kinds of things that have happened in my life, and for some reason, I have always taken up to be positive. I'm extremely positive. My mother will tell you I was born this way, and I think I was born this way. I get down, of course. I mean, who doesn't? I'm human. But also what I do is I meditate every morning. I talk up to myself about what I'm grateful about. That really helps. I'm passionate about my work. That helps a lot. So, and also I drink a green drink every single morning with organic spinach and celery and kale and a whole kit and caboodle. And I'm sure Dawn is sick of that drink, but we drink it every morning. So anyway, that's how I keep my energy upbeat and positive. So, okay, I'm going to answer some questions here, and then I'm going to do some readings. But here's a great question, and this is from Larry, the trombone player. So Larry, if you're listening, Larry is a trombone player. and an excellent one at that. And he says, I'm not ready to throw in the towel just yet. I'm enjoying music more than ever. And I know there's so much to learn about it. So my question is, do musicians keep learning music once they've passed on into the spirit world? Of course they do. Absolutely. So with musicians and singers and actors and artists, anybody who's in that field, what happens on the other side is you really plan all of this. And once you get here, so you're practicing on the other side. You're learning everything on the other side of how to play the instrument. So you want to be so good at it. And then when you're here, you get the opportunity to do this in the physical. And when you go back home on the other side, you will be doing this again if this is what you want to learn and grow with. Absolutely. So it's a constant. It's a forever thing if that's what you want it to be. So I hope that answers the question. And here was a question that I wanted to answer from the beginning. And this is from Kathleen M. She says, hi, Kathleen. She says, I'm hearing that each of us are on our own level when we pass on. If so, how do we connect with loved ones? So when we pass, well, everybody's on a different level here on this dimension. Everybody's in a different level. I mean, sometimes I work with people that are, I'll call them in kindergarten. Sometimes I work with people that have their PhDs, and they're really, really highly advanced beings. So on the other side, we often will go to our own level, but you'll always be with your loved ones if you want to be with your loved ones, no matter where they are. Let's say you have a sibling. I'll just use this for an example. You have a sibling that doesn't quite ever get it. Well, you'll still meet in a park on the other side. At least that's my vision. But it's a good question. Don't worry. You don't have to worry. Everybody connects with their loved ones. Okay. So don't worry about that. Okay. So Anne Gabb, she says, does there come a time when your loved ones who have passed over the years want us to stop trying to figure out what went wrong for them? Even though I don't feel responsible or guilty because I was literally a small child, but my heart kind of aches that they were so unhappy and took their own life. Oh, God bless you. Really, Anne, that's such a hard one, isn't it? I know that feeling that your heart would ache with that. She said, I'll never have an answer about what they were really feeling, but do you think it becomes burdensome to them? And I still wonder and feel sorry for them. No, I think what happens on the other side is that they understand, they go through their own therapist, if you will, over there, their own healer over there. They learn their guides. It's nothing but love and compassion and kindness for what they would have gone through. And so I love that you can feel how that person may have been feeling. That means you're an empath, and welcome to my world. It's a good one. It's a really good place to be. But they work on everything on the other side. Okay. So they work on that. But I can understand. And you're 314, your birthday is 314, and that's a 9 of diamonds Pi day. And 9 of diamonds are here to give and to give and to give. So you're still giving. It's really kind of you, sweetheart. That's good. Okay, so I wanted to answer that one. And then Ardelia. Hi, Ardelia from Australia. She says, I've been receiving a lot of coins that are unique in different patterns, and I felt that they are right with me. Fingers crossed for a positive outcome for my career. Ardelia, you will have a positive outcome. Finding money is always some sort of a blessing here. Always. I don't care if it's different types of coins or unique or whatever. It's always, often it's a message from the other side, but it also brings benefits for you. It's blessings. It means to bring blessings. Okay. So here's a good question. This is from Kathy Harris. My sister and I both have had high-pitched ringing in our ears. I know this one. For the past week, going into this week as well. We both think that spirit is around us, perhaps to help us prepare for what is to come in April. Perhaps you're clairaudient. So clairaudient is clear hearing. It often starts with that high-pitched ringing. I had that so many times. When I was growing up, I didn't realize it was probably spirit trying to talk to me. I was probably like, I'm busy. This is like, you're driving me nuts. We are wondering if we are being surrounded by spirit to help us cross over. No, unless you're planning on leaving together soon, or is it to provide us with strength? I think it's provide us with strength and to let you know that you're not alone. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about everything. I mean, it's, I don't want to put any worry into you. Things have a way of working out. Okay. And I believe in cooler heads prevailing. I do. And that's what I'm going to program myself with, cooler heads prevailing. So anyway, now this is a question I want to answer for Ann Wilson. Ann, if you're listening to me, I hope you are. She said she lost her beloved dog, Lena, and her dog, who was 10 years old, suddenly passed away. And she said, what happened? There was no diagnosis for this, and the doctors don't even know what caused it. Did she ingest poison of some sort? I don't know the answer, Anne, but here's what I would suggest is I would have a session with Tammy Hendricks, and you can find her online. She also has soul care. No, Renee, what is, if you could put Tammy's information up or in the box here for her. She works in the comment section. If you could put that up, Renee, that would be great. Tammy is a wonderful animal communicator, and I think she'll be able to help you. What I can say is when an animal or when anybody passes, it is their time on some level. So I don't know, honey, what happened. I wish I did know. And there's nothing worse than that. Nothing worse than that. Well, there are other things, but it's a bad one. So I'm sorry, but I would contact Tammy. That's exactly what I would do because she's terrific with this. Okay. Okay. Here we go. This is a great question. Andrea Deans. She says, hi, Kellee. I know we should send love and light to the Ukrainian people. Yeah, absolutely. What about Putin? Should we send love to him, hoping his higher self will respond? Yeah. Yes. I think it's probably a really good idea, honey. I do. I mean, but again, the cooler heads will prevail. You know, my take on it is that he's left his body, that he's not grounded in the body. But you would actually pray for his soul? Absolutely. So I would. I think it's a really good idea, actually. Happy birthday to Susan ZK Rodriguez. Okay, and her birthday actually was yesterday on 3/23. And so March 23rd is a king of clubs. And what a powerful birth date for you. I will say this, Susan, this will be an extraordinary year for you. Anybody who was born about this period of time, expect a lot of change, and change is good because change is for growth. And you come in with a male brain, so there's nothing that you couldn't do. Probably it'll be something in spirituality. Okay, so I wanted to read those, and then hold on. I've got so many good questions here. I was so happy to see so many good questions here. Let me take some from here too. Well, I can do both here. Let's see. Hold on a second. Oh, wow. Hi, Diana from South Australia. Wow, I love this. It's so good. Um, oh my gosh. Hi, Judith from Oceanside. Would you pull a card for me? I will because you're from Oceanside, and I love that area. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to use this deck. I've got a couple of other decks. I've got Talking to Heaven, and I've got Messages from the Guides, which are James's, which I love. I'm going to do the Archangel Oracle cards today because we all can use some angels in our life right now, right? And I happen to love this. Now, I know this is a Doreen Virtue deck, and I know that she's changed her, she doesn't go with these anymore, but I don't care. I still like the cards anyway. All right, this is for you, Judith. Oh, interesting. Breathe, breathe. This is from Archangel Raphael. So Archangel Raphael is the healer. So he brings healing light to everyone. Take several deep breaths. Exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. Now that is a good card. So that's for you, Judith. There you go. I love that. Okay. Hi, Medium Tom Owen. How are you? Hi, Barb Donovan from Ontario. Love your spring tulips. Thanks, Kim Ann. Me too. Those are from Don, which I just love. Hi, Joanne. Here we go. Oh, Sherry, I can't wait. That's be great. I'm going to do a reading with you. That's great. Perfect. So here we go. Let me answer some more questions here. So, whoops. Where did I put those? Hold on a second. Here they are. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Oh, this is a good question. This is from Leslie Chambers. She says, "Hi, Kellee. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us all. You're welcome. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on spirit connection through the pendulum. So similar, I guess, to the Ouija board, but used with love and psychic protection as always. So a pendulum is where you hold it like this and you ask a question and it might go this way or this way. I actually like them. I don't use it, but I have one. And, we always with good intent. If anything is with good intent, it's amazing how you may get some answers with that. So it's an oracle to be used. I'm for them, actually. Surprise. I'm not for Ouija boards. But I kind of like the pendulum. So this is from Tammy Connor Friesman. Tammy says, since my dog has passed over in August of 2021, I'm so sorry. It's always so hard, isn't it? She said, I keep having dreams of all these different breeds of dogs that are talking to me. Sometimes I can literally feel them licking me as I'm waking up. Oh my gosh. Many times I don't remember what they're saying, but I feel they are trying to guide me. Are they a spirit guide or possibly just me trying to move forward from the loss of my dog? Well, they're all the dogs in heaven trying to get you to get up and get going. Find another one. They'll bring you somebody else. James when his dog Maisie died, she's been gone now for, hard to believe, is it 2 months? Or maybe even slightly longer. She comes to him. The other day we were just talking about it and licks him and licks him and licks him. And I mean, I have chills just thinking about it. Dogs who pass away are beloved dogs that pass away. They want us to be loved. They want us to know they're cared. And it sounds like your dog brought a whole village of dogs. How great is that? That's a great one. You know who would love that? Tammy. Tammy would love that one. Okay, yeah. So and this question is from Sally Esparza Sosa. What can I do to encourage a spirit to move on to the light? I hear spirits say he doesn't want to leave. Why would he want to stay? I never understand this. You know, there are people that do that, but this is my take on it, is just ignore any of it. If it feels, just ignore it. They go away. If it really feels like it's a spirit that's kind of stuck, I don't even know if it's hard to answer that one, but I always find that spirits that stick around have a personality disorder. I'm not kidding you. It's the shrink in me. It's like, why would they want to hang around unless there's been a great loss or unless they're a personality disorder where they feel like this is my house and this is my thing. And it's like, I would ignore it. That's what I would do. I actually would ignore it. I'd ask Jesus to take them away. And that's actually what I have done that in the past. Thanks to my friend Charlene who taught me that one. Let's see. Okay. Where do I go here? Okay, this is from Vanessa McCormick. Hi, Kellee. My good friend introduced me to your live stream a few weeks ago. Thank you. And I absolutely love watching you. I'd love a mini reading. My birthday is September 19th, the day before mine. Mine's September 20th. And I'm a 4 of clubs, so that makes you a 5 of clubs. If memory serves me, yep. I'm a hopeless romantic, and I've had some very bad abusive relationships. The thing with the 5 of clubs, they have to watch abusive relationships. Seriously. 5s love freedom. 5s love freedom. And the problem is they pick people that don't want them to have freedom. So the only person that can be around, if you're a 5 of clubs, you have to pick either another 5 of clubs or you have to pick somebody who loves freedom as much as you do. And that's how that works. My best friend always said he would find me the perfect person, and then he passed suddenly. I'm wondering if the man that I think he brought into my life is the one I'm meant to be. Your best friend would have brought you together for sure. For sure. Your best friend would have. And I would just make darn sure that you have enough freedom. Okay. Freedom's going to be everything to you. I think that's going to be really, really important here. So look at everybody. Oh my gosh. So Christy Oucher. Hi, Christy. Hi, Kellee. I'm still so very grateful for your messages from my daughter, Abby. My question is, how do you get over the constant fight or flight feeling when losing your child unexpectedly? It's a great question. I'm a retired nurse and was in such a good place before. I lost my sister at 32 and had really lived by don't sweat the small things. So, Christy, let me get this. Let me just kind of get a handle on this. I think you should see some. First of all, it's a real thing. This is a real thing that happened. Okay, and it just recently happened, I think, and it's a really tough one. So I don't want to minimize that whatsoever. I can understand fight or flight with this because the pain would be just too great and you'd want to just leave. I get that. But I would see somebody, I'm not sure where you're located, but traumahealing.org, traumahealing.org is where you can find a somatic therapist. And I would go with a somatic psychotherapist or a somatic psychologist, one of the two. And the reason I would is because they work on helping the trauma that's been stuck in the body. Okay, this is what happened. But instead of just a body worker, you actually need a therapist too, and a therapist that understands grief. Okay, so I'm going to get you a card. I know your daughter wants you to get some help. She's not in any pain. She's not suffering whatsoever. She doesn't want you to suffer, okay? And she's telling me, I'm getting from your daughter that the month of May is really, really important here. I don't know what happens in the month of May, but month of May seems really important to her. So I'm going to get you a card from your daughter. I see all of your thoughts, Mom. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So it's okay. She wants you to be okay. I know. That's such a hard one, isn't it? Hi, Nancy Sperling. She says, hello, Kelly. I had a dream last night. Whoops. Whoa, hold on a minute. My cards have a mind of their own. You know, it's so funny. I have a large desk. It's never large enough. Okay, Nancy, I had a dream last night that my son came over with my grandson, and I hugged my grandson and told him how much I love him. I hope they are back in my life soon. I can't take this estrangement much more. I know you told me I had a strong soul, but this is getting too tough. I bet it is, but just know this. That was such a positive, affirmative, going forward dream. Something good will happen, Nancy. Something good will happen. Let's get you a card from the Archangel decks. Oh, this is interesting. It's called a life review here. So it says, this is from Archangel Jeremiah. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. And so really look at your life, right? Make a list of all the good things. Everybody can do this. Make a list of all the good things that you have, all the gratitude that you have, and change the attitude from anything of worry or distraught or sadness to if you can, to a positive place here. It would be really great. And that dream, though, tells me a lot. I'm really happy to hear that, honey. Denise Kosak. Hi, Denise, my friend Denise. My mom contacted me in my dreams. Wow. And the first time I just heard her voice, and she said it's because she wanted me to remember what it sounded like. Okay, Denise, phenomenal. Phenomenal. That's a great. Don't you love when you get a visit like that? Oh, Denise, let's get a card from your mom. You'll love this. I am learning over here. I bet she is. I bet she is. That's fantastic. I'm so glad. Paul Katz. Hi, Paul. I had a lucid dream a few years ago that featured my favorite aunt, who has been gone for years at that point. And in the dream, I literally said, oh my God, you're alive. In waking life, I absolutely believed she was on the other side already. So my proclamation in the dream was interesting. It was happy, though. It was all happy. Oh, Paul, it's so interesting, isn't it? Because we get so confused between life here and life on the other side. And it's, she's very much alive on that side. And let's get you a card from your aunt here. Oh, interesting. I will always point you in the right direction. So she might be one of your guides. Family members who pass over often help us. They peek in from time to time. They want to know what's going on here. And they do. They want to do that. Hi, David Vigiano. How are you? Kelly, guess what? I'm still trying to push through my home renovations. I remember when you got that with Mercury in retrograde. I still can't move into my new home, and I've been paying both rent and mortgage for months. Oh, that's terrible. It's starting to kill me financially. Do the cards see an ending for me soon? Of this for me soon? I feel like I've been in limbo forever. So, remember how I was talking about at the very beginning about this Kalasarpa Yoga and that lasts until about April 5th? And then all of these planets in April change signs, okay? And that means great change for us. Everybody has been in limbo for the last several months. And before that, with COVID, it's been forever. But the last several months, particularly. So, David, it will all go forward April and May for you. It will all go forward. And I'm going to give you an angel card here for you. David, you're going to love this. Creative writing. I mean, you're very special and extremely talented. Creative writing. Archangel Gabriel, who's in charge of communications. And I know with what you do, this could help. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or a book. Why don't you write an article about what you've gone through with that? Because I bet you a lot of people have gone through that. So, but anyway, it will change. Herrera Maria Angelique. Last night, I dreamt of a Ukrainian man talking to me. Wow. I got everything he said, but in real life, I don't even know anything about Ukrainian language. Wow. That's fascinating. Have you been thinking about Ukraine a lot? I mean, it sounds like you must have had a visit from somebody, or, I mean, psychologically, I could look at that and say, with that lens, wearing that hat, I might say, well, were you, have you invested a lot of emotions into this, what's going on? However, spiritually, and if I look at it from the lens of a medium, are you yourself a medium? Did somebody come through and start talking to you? That's really interesting. It's a really fascinating. Thanks for saying that. If that happens again, let us know, because that's really, really interesting. Pam Orsini Disareth. My dad's birthday was April 4th. Yeah, well, it's going to be a power one this year. Emily Parker. Hi, Emily. A healer told me I might behold my loved one back from ascending because she's trying to take care of me. Could me trying to connect be using her back? I feel her and talk to her a lot. I see. We don't well, in a sense, sometimes we can hold them back on some level. So it's a natural grieving process for however long the grief lasts. If it goes to some extended period, like a few years, we're both being held back. You're being held back here, and they're kind of held back, and they still they worry, they're concerned. I always knew this when I was 10 years old. My grandfather died, and I remember my mom talking to a spiritual person at that time, and it was really helpful for me because I got to overhear it. And it was about having the sadness and grief for her father. But I remember the person was saying, and you don't want to hold them back. And it kind of clicked in with my mom. She was a left brain person, and it really clicked in. And it was like, you know what? I don't want to hold them back, and I don't want to be held back. So in a sense, they're on the other side, but it's something to really pay attention to in your life. If you're in deep grief, see a counselor. Okay. There you go. So, Diana Bessani. Hi, Diana. I learned so much from being here on your lives. Thank you, Kelly and viewers. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're here with us too. Gypsy Moon, can I get a card? You can, because I like your name. That's a great name. Gypsy Moon. Comfort from Archangel Azrael. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So I'm not sure what that is. I hope you're healing here, though. Okay, I think that's very interesting. Marg Webb, my husband was born on the 4th of April. Yeah, powerful, powerful, powerful day. And just for fun, I'll tell you what card that is on April 4th and 5th, since we're headed in that direction. Oh, God. So it's April 4th is a Four of Spades. Four of Spades. Now, James and I on Monday are going to be doing a show on the Destiny cards. I'm going to explain what it means and talk about your cards and explain in depth what everything is. But one of the most challenging are Four of Spades. They're intense. They know a lot, very bright, and come in with karmic responsibility. So there you go. So yes, I did say Monday, March says, did I say that Monday, the 28th of March will be intense? And yes, it will, because that's a Venus conjuncting Saturn day. And that's kind of sets everything up. So yes, really, frankly, from today on, it's game on. It's, as they say. Will the war in Ukraine be over? Melania Stan. Well, here's my thought on it. We have some really intense time coming right up. Very intense. I mean, could it throw all of us into a war? Could China come in? You bet, you bet, you bet. It's going to be that intense. And then the weirdest thing is, we have this conjunction on April 12th. It's Jupiter and Neptune together, conjunct together. And that's something that astrologers have been waiting for a long time, because it, not initially the first week or so, but then things might get a lot better. So in the midst of a really rough time, it may end the war because of what happens. It may just, whatever explosive thing happens, it could end the war suddenly too. So I don't think it's going to go much past this April position. I hope it doesn't. I'll say it like that. I could be wrong. I hope it doesn't. Melania Stan, the housing market's still going to be nuts. Hi, Renee Hounsel. Maybe a silly question. Is connecting or channeling angels, guides, and masters seen as mediumship? Yes, I think it is. I think there are people that just channel guides. Absolute mediumship is talking to the other side. And angels and guides and masters, absolutely, it's part of mediumship. Some mediums don't work with that group. I love that group. I love that group. I think it's an important group. I think the Ascended Masters are here as guides. Somebody actually asked the question, and I haven't had a chance to answer it yet, but it was something like, who designed this universe? I think was that the question? It was a good question. See if I can even find it. I think it was, I get so many questions, you guys, but they're all really good ones. I just can't get to all of them. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't find it at the top right now, but it was somebody asked about the universe, who designed the universe. I'm going to say this, the Ascended Masters did. The Ascended Masters did. And they had an idea about it. Melissa Eisengogel, may I have a card pulled? Absolutely. So your birthday is September 28th. So it's September 28th. Is a 9 of hearts. So 9 of hearts, all nines come to complete something. And 9 of hearts comes to learn about emotions of the heart. So relationships, there would have been a lot of loss in relationships and a lot of learning in relationships. And they're here often as doctors, nurses, healers, spiritualists, mediums. It's a really important lifetime. But here is a card for you, Melissa. Ooh, beloved one. Beloved one. Isn't that sweet? Archangel Samuel, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. There you go. Good. Okay. Hi, Louise Widman Welch. Hello from Reno. Got anything for me? Well, I sure do, Louise. Let's see. Here we go. Angel therapy. I feel you need to go into some angel therapy. Here you go. Archangel Raphael, give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. There you go. Listen, when things get a little overwhelming, just honestly, this is what I do. I go, just give it to God. I do. I just say, here you go. It's just too much. I got to check out. Here you go. And it always makes me feel better. Linda Miller, I want an angel card, 716. So you're a queen of clubs. You've got a mind like a steel trap. Don't worry too much. Queen of clubs always worry too much. Okay. Oh, this is great. So this is from Archangel Raphael. It's spiritual understanding. And that says, I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths, which is so perfect for you because you're a queen of clubs. Queen of clubs come to learn everything about everything. And you're the one that if you say something about a medical condition to somebody, you're going to be correct. You're very intuitive, extremely. Clubs are always intuitive. Laura Shuda Weiss. I have surgery scheduled April 4th. Should I be worried? That's a tough day to have a surgery, actually. It's a tough day. I get asked a lot about days to have surgery. I mean, I get asked a lot about that. And I always look at intense aspects. And if you or a client that came to me and asked me that, I would say, could you change that date? That's a bit rough. I don't think I would want my family members. That's how I'm going to answer it. That's how serious I think this period is. So I'm going to say probably I would reschedule if you could. And if you can't, you light a candle, you talk to your guides, and some things, and I'm sure we'll be fine. Okay? So that's how I wanted to answer that. Hi, Mark Brevard. Hi, Kelly. Can I pull a card for you? I can. Now, Mark has some music coming out. He has a CD coming out. So this is very exciting, Mark. And you can certainly put it in the comments because I'm really excited for you. And I can't remember exactly where you can get it, but your music is wonderful. And here is a card for you. You're going to love this. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. And it's from Archangel Uriel. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. So put your information so people can listen to your beautiful music, Mark. Okay? So I think it's a great thing. And there was a question that I wanted to ask before I forget. And this is from Debbie Foster Horan. Debbie, I didn't forget. I just thought of it just now. And this is a good one. She says, my stepfather, Don, has been seeing several angel numbers such as 5555, 777, and 444. What do you mean for someone who's a king of hearts, as her stepfather's a king of hearts, and battling a health crisis? Well, anytime you see 555 or 5555, it means change. It means change. Things will change. So then he sees 777. Okay, sevens means spirituality. If you see sevens, you're going to be in a spiritual place or spiritual road for sure. And then when you see 444, that's angels. And so what I believe, if I put it all together for your dad, or your stepdad, I would say, look, Don, here's the thing. You got some change coming up. Look into it spiritually and know that the angels are protecting you. Okay? That's exactly what I would do it. So, okay, Tracy Hildreth, the last time I had jury duty was 9/11. Are you kidding? And I have jury duty again on April 5th? Well, Tracy, you'll have to let us know how that happens. Because to be in a court on that day would be just like 9/11. Wow. Well, the good news about you, Tracy, is you have a good sense of humor and you can hold this space. And sometimes, often, what am I saying? It's all the time, God will put somebody there to hold the energy. And that's going to be you. Looking forward to hearing about that. I will tell you this. Adele Farnot, before I get that, answer this. Adele Farnot Taro. Kelly, I love listening to you. Thanks. I just lost my only son. Honey, I am so sorry. And you and James have helped me so much. My birthday is March 8th and my son is June 17th. I don't think my son signed up for this war. No, I have chills. Oh, I just want to say I love you, Mom. I just heard that. I love you, Mom. I literally just heard that. And I'm going to get you a card from your son. Okay. Oh, he says, we are soulmates with your son. We are soulmates. Oh, sweet, sweet. So sweet. What a sweet energy he has. So you're March 8th. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to just get that. March 8th is a two of spades. Two of spades comes in for partnership. And unfortunately, they have to deal with fear. All twos have to deal with fear. So two of spades, this probably would have been whatever fear you would have had. Just know that he's on the other side. He's sends you so much love. And his birthday was June 17th. King of clubs, so very, very bright. Would have been extremely intuitive. Okay, Renee, I'm ready to put that one back up again. I'm so sorry. Diane D. Hi, Diane. I could use a birthday card. 1111. Wow, that's a lot. I was just looking to see, not 7, 8, 9, 10. You're actually a 11111. So it means you're a 5 in numerology, but I'm not going to break down those 11. 1111. Boy, did your soul come to wake up. Whenever you see 1111, it means your soul's here to wake up. But November 11th is a 9 of clubs, and all nines come to complete something. 9 of clubs is really interesting. It brings out information from previous lifetimes. Like history is really important to a 9 of clubs. You may know something. How do I know that? From information from previous lifetimes. They're here to complete things. Not an easy life path whatsoever, but it's a good one. It's a good one. Okay. Okay. Sharon Aquarius Grant. What a great name. I've heard when we pass, our loved ones meet us. Yes. And what if we remarry? I hear this probably every day, Sharon. My husband passed December 25th. Wow, on Christmas. On 2015, and I've just gotten engaged. So my mind has been racing. How would this work? Okay, and your birthday is January 22nd. So let me just say, first of all, congratulations. I know your husband helped find this person for you. I have chills when I say that. He helped you find this person. And when you pass, your first husband may come to get you. If your second one is alive, if your second one has passed, maybe they both come. It's not like that jealousy thing on that side. Okay, I mean, have I seen that before? I don't think so. Usually, and I've heard people say, you haven't met my husband yet. Anyway, don't worry about that. Enjoy this. And here's a card from him. I have a new understanding from your first husband. I have a new understanding. Okay. And really, that's the greatest card you could ever get. He has a new understanding. So don't worry. And January 22nd is a 5 of diamonds. I always say this about a 5 of diamonds in particular. Often they'll have 5 relationships, 5 children, 5 best friends. 5 seems to be important. 5s love their freedom. The 5 of diamonds also has to have security. So I understand that you would get married again, honey. It's okay. I hope I answered that well. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wait, we just answered that. Okay. Let's see. Tamara Martin. Can a love who's passed on tell you if another loved one who's passed on has loved to a different detention or if they've been reborn into this human life? I think what you're asking, Tamara or Tamara, is if you're, I'm a little confused, but I think you're asking if somebody could be, let you know if they've been reborn. I'll say this. I don't really believe in that we turn around and get reborn right away. I don't believe in that at all. It takes a long time, frankly, to kind of get your act together on the other side to figure out what you want to do, if you indeed do want to come back here. So I don't think you have to worry about somebody, you're going to miss them because they've already been reborn. Rita, oh, hi, hold that 1 second. Hold on. Rita Vors. Hi, Rita. She says, hi, Kelly. Seems every month has been intense. Will that change? Oh, Rita. No, not for a while. Not until we get to probably the year 2024. Probably. Yeah, about 2024. There'll be times when it gets a little better, but this is a more serious. This is where life is making great changes for us, so we can have these experiences of raising our soul, raising our vibration. And one of the things that you guys can all do is sit and really write up what you're grateful about, how lucky you are to have been born at this time. I used this quote the other day that I found, and it's really true, and I'll say it again, may you live in interesting times. That's what we have now. Probably a little boring would be good, but we don't have that. That's not why we're here. We're here to grow our souls. And so we're all going to do the best we can during these times. Okay, so here we go. Britt Hedge. Hi, Britt from Norway. Hi there. We really love your teachings. Thank you. Can I have a mini reading? Yes. So your birthday is 5/18. On May 18th is an Ace of Diamonds. Now I'm going to give you our Ace of Diamonds is about, we always say it's either for love or money, love or business. It's sometimes hard to have both with an Ace of Diamonds, but you're here to learn values. It's about values. So here's a card from, this is interesting, from Archangel Haniel. This is about moon cycle. So what this card is saying is pay attention to the moon. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. So on April 1st, in some parts of the world, like I think in California on the Pacific coast, it's March 31st. But on April 1st, for most of us, there'll be a new moon. Regardless, March 31st or April 1st, a new moon is where and I'll be talking about this on Monday, really where you're setting your intentions. So we'll talk about that on Monday. And also on Monday, which is going to be really fun because we're going to be talking about destiny cards, and it's going to be really fun to be doing that. So Anna Rossiter, hi, Kelly from the UK. Hi there. Okay, your birthday's October 3rd. I have to do a reading for you because my daughter's birthday is October 3rd. 6 of Diamonds. So here you go with a 6 of Diamonds. 6 of Diamonds. Some of the most famous people in the world are 6 of Diamonds. 6 of Diamonds has one issue they have to somehow resolve, and it comes from another lifetime. It can come from this lifetime, but it's a big one. It's about being abandoned, having the fear of being abandoned, that you might pick a relationship because you don't want to be abandoned. Nobody wants to be abandoned, but it's a wound to get over in this lifetime. And I know that peace is really important. But you also have a mind of your own. I mean, a real mind of your own. There's nothing you cannot figure out in this lifetime. It's a really powerful lifetime for you. So let's get this card from the angels. Prosperity. Prosperity. So it says, this is from Archangel Ariel. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect for a 6 of Diamonds, because a 6 of Diamonds comes for financial obligations. And so therefore there's some worry about money, but you don't have to worry is what the card is saying. You don't have to worry. Okay. Yeah. Traumahealing.org. If you are having, if you need a good therapist, that would be a great place to look. So Linda Timko, she says, I need to know that we did the right thing with my son having COVID, and we made a decision that he was never going to be the same, and we shut off all the machines. My husband said he had a dream that my son asked him why he'd let him go. He was a healthy 29-year-old just lost in Ohio. I am so sorry, Linda. That has got to have been a horrific situation there. That's horrific. I'll be thinking about that one. I think you made the right decision. I mean, in life, I could hear my mom saying this. She said this to me a few times, and it was true. Sometimes there is no good decision, and you have to make the better of the decisions, the choices. And you did the right thing. And I'm sorry that your husband had that dream. I don't know if it was a visit from your son. I don't know if your husband felt guilty. I don't know. So I'm looking at that from a psychological standpoint and also from the other standpoint. Let me get a card for you. But my sense of it is from your son that you made the right call on that. You had to. Oh, here you go. This is for you. I knew I had to take that. You have nothing to feel guilty about. So get a picture of this so you don't forget this. Okay? I just pulled that card out for you. That's from your son. Okay? Nothing to feel guilty about. Wow. And everybody, what do I think of this new COVID variant? Amy, Augustine, is the last question I'm going to answer. Is unfortunately, I think it comes back when we get to about August. The first week of August is really intense as well. And it could bring back, COVID again. August. Yeah. If you're going to travel, probably now's the time. But anyway, everybody, so thank you for tonight. Don't forget to join James and me on Monday. We're going to be talking about the Destiny cards, and it's going to be a great show. And so we hope to see everybody on Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. On the West Coast. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great week.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.